35,000. That's how many decisions you'll make today, as cited in a recent study by Harvard Business Review. Decisions about what you will eat, what you will wear, and many other micro decisions about your day. Many of these decisions are subconscious and become almost automatic for us. Other decisions are conscious and have a greater importance, like how you will show up to work or a game, what job or career to pursue, and how you will give your best and live life on purpose. We are in a series entitled 3 P's to Peak Performance. In the first episode, I shared the first P word and talked about the power of presence, or how you show up each day. In the second episode, I shared another P word that can help you perform at your best in sports, business, and life. And that word was process. In this episode, I'm going to share the third word that can help you perform at your best in sports, business, and life. And that word is pre-decide. We've conducted a lot of research on this word and have had a lot of experience in working with athletes as well as business leaders and entrepreneurs on the power of pre-deciding. In sports and in business and in life, you will be required to make decisions. We look at that as an opportunity. Sometimes the moment involves a proactive decision based on a strategy that you're going to implement or a play that you're going to, in sports, that you're going to run. At other times, we are presented with a moment we did not expect to happen, and we have to choose between 3 options: reacting emotionally to the moment, choosing to do nothing, or responding in the right way. We believe the third option, responding in the right way, is the best option, choosing a better response. But I want to talk about the first 2 before we dive into the third option. Choosing to do nothing in response to a challenge is not good, because you basically take yourself out of the game, both metaphorically, especially if you're not an athlete, and literally if you are an athlete. The other option of reacting emotionally and negatively to a challenging situation or moment you did not expect to happen can be a default answer for many people. In these moments, you don't process your feelings and thoughts and answer with a negative reaction. We see that in sports and in life and in culture every day. You get angry when the referee makes a bad call. You lash out when another player says or does something against you. You match the negative energy in a heated conversation with somebody else online or in person. When you act in this manner, you are relinquishing control of your ability to choose. From a psychology perspective, this reaction can be expressed in the math equation A equals C. A represents the activating event, and C represents the choice or consequence. A bad thing happens and you get angry or frustrated. It's an automatic reflex. But we believe there's another element in this equation, and so does sports psychology and authors like Dr. David Cook, my mentor, and Dr. Bob Rotella, as well as Albert Ellis and Viktor Frankl. In fact, this equation is better to help you develop a more resilient mindset in any situation or moment. A plus B equals C. You still have A, the activating event, and B, which represents your values, beliefs, and principles, to affect C instead of a negative reaction becomes a better response. B represents a moment where you unleash your power to process your thoughts, emotions, and feelings and choose a better response. And this is why the third P is so important. While you can't predict the exact situation that will occur in a game or in a typical week or as you navigate life, you can be prepared for these moments and nurture a foundation to respond in the right manner. Here's a process that you can leverage to grow your ability to pre-decide. First, make a list of 2 to 3 moments that tend to take you down a downward spiral. When I'm coaching one of my athletes on their mental game, I have them do this activity, and they typically know and can identify the most common scenarios that try to distract them from performing at their best. They can write out what their typical reaction has been in these moments in the past that hinder their performance or have prevented them from being present in future moments. This process will help you be transparent about your unproductive reactions to situations or challenging circumstances. The final step is then to choose your mental toughness response. Instead of reacting negatively, you can pre-decide and choose a better, more productive response, enabling you to be present and persevere in these moments. This process applies to all areas of our lives, whether it be a scenario at work, a situation in a game, life moments at home, or cultural moments in the world. Your ability to choose the best response can help you be a better leader and change the atmosphere of your environment versus just turning up the thermostat. Here's some final questions for you. What scenarios and negative moments are affecting you right now? How have you reacted to those moments? And what is a better response that you can choose that will help you to perform and lead at your best? We're living in a world and culture that waits and looks for things and then negatively reacts, almost like there's a prize for pointing out these things. Let's be a generation that positively and productively impacts our world, or better said, our sphere of influence, since we may not be able to change the whole world. Let's pre-decide how we want to show up today and every day. Let's pre-decide the process and success factors that will help us live life on purpose, for a purpose, and make a meaningful impact in the lives of those around us. Let's pre-decide on an attitude of gratitude and focus on faithfulness with our calling. And let's pre-decide a spirit of grace that extends to the people we come in contact with, reflecting the same grace that God extended to us through the sacrifice of His Son, Jesus. And let's pre-decide on the principles of truth that will truly help us make the most of our moments.